I think we're good to go now. Alright, everybody, hey, and welcome back to Battle Arena. You're joined here, my name is Ugly Tuco, and I'm joined here for Game 3 with Kargans. Go ahead and say hello, Kargans.
You're not the boss, me, hello.
Yeah, hey, welcome. This, of course, is Battle Arena. This is put on by the Trinity Force Network, of course, home of the Trinity Force podcast and many other awesome podcasts, including the LCS Rundown, the Four Awards podcast, and, of course, the Oslaw podcast, if you happen to be Australian and prefer your toilets to flush counterclockwise instead of clockwise. So, Battle Arena, of course, is just where anybody gold 1 or below can join the game, and you all get in the game, we stream it, we commentate on it, and hopefully everybody will come away having learned something about the game and how to improve and get better. You are not on TV, Andrew. I hate to break it to you. You're just on the internet.
You know what? That's better than TV.
Better than TV is a dying business. It is a shell.
I'm going to go ahead and make that the new slogan. I'm going to pitch it to Adam here. Go Trinity Force Podcast. Better than TV.
Better than TV. Better than network television.
Perfect.
All right.
Guys.
Of course, I would like to say that you guys can always go to the TrinityForceNetwork.com, which I'll just type in here. And that is where you'll find everything you need to know when Battle Arena starts. The sign-up sheet for Battle Arena, also for Bronze Boot Camp, which goes on Saturdays and is strictly for Bronze players as well. It sounds like Kargan may be quiet. Maybe I can fix that. I'm not sure.
I can do that on my end. 1 second.
Okay.
I'll boost myself a little bit.
Sounds good.
If I start blowing out eardrums, I apologize. Bam! I'm boosted. Do I sound better to you guys? Want me to kick me up another notch?
I think you're probably good.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll find out. But let's see here. Do you have any comments yet on the bans or picks? Even though we're a little bit behind here.
We're a couple steps. Well, that's Teemo. That's Teemo jungle.
It is. It is the Teemo jungle. I've, to tell the truth, I have seen it, and it can work. I'm curious to see how it goes about building that way, but we'll see.
Thank God it's new Teemo too. That's so.
Yeah. So
we got a lot of new stuff going on. We got we're gonna take a setting on rework Fiora. I don't know. Comps seem pretty interesting so far. Like it's hard to kind of say what's going on right at the moment because we are dealing with a lot of new stuff and stuff that you just don't necessarily prepare for in your head. Like, no one goes, oh no, I'm going to get ganked by Jungle Teemo. Red Team's composition is a little bit more, I would say, standard, for lack of a better term. Got a pretty durable lane bot lane with Braum and Jinx. They have a little bit of dueling potential. It's Braum. I like the Braum pick into Leona. It really limits Leona's options, and that's why you often hear why Leona first pick's usually not the wisest of choices. Because Leona has so many picks that can just shut her down. Braum's a good pick. Janna is also another very good one. But if you're not familiar with Janna, then Braum's a pretty straightforward kind of, hey, you're going to go in, I'm just going to, pop my shield, and you can't do anything.
Yeah, if Braum steps in front of his AD carry, she can't get past his shield, I don't believe.
Correct.
So she won't...
It'll stop right at that shield. And additionally, too, once Lena goes in, Braum, all he needs to do is just land an auto attack, pock that passive, and all that the marksman has to do is follow up with some autos.
Yep. Yeah.
That's pretty dangerous.
Yes.
Additionally, too, like, Caitlyn Leona is not necessarily the most super aggressive lane either. Caitlyn likes to use her range to her advantage. So, I like Red Team's bot lane a lot better, just right off the bat.
Yeah, I agree. I think their bot lane is a little bit more set up. First picking, like we say, first picking your favorite or champ you're most comfortable on. We still encourage you to do it, but sometimes if you play a champ like Leona or somebody who can be shut down pretty hard, you might sometimes offer up to swap with somebody. Like you pick their champ, they pick yours, but and solo queue you can't really guarantee anything. So
certain champions are just a little bit more flexible and not as shut down as hard as some others. Like Leona, like I keep using Leona because it's a pretty straightforward example. Because if Leona can't really engage or just use her aggression to her benefit, it's really hard for her to do anything in lane. So
yeah,
it's one of those situations, and that's what we're going to see here. We'll see how that lane plays it. But I do want to talk about mid lane because that should be an interesting matchup. I don't often see Katarina and Cassiopeia.
No, you don't. You don't see that too often. I have a feeling it might be a little difficult for Cassiopeia, especially early on. Just the amount of harass Katarina can do to her, and if things if Katarina gets hit with some poison, she can Shenpo away to a ward maybe or something. But yeah, it'll be highly skill dependent, I guess we could say.
Yeah, I'd like to see some sort of jungler support in the near future for that mid lane, especially if either side gets level 6, because Cassiopeia wants to scale. She wants to definitely hit that mid late game power spike, start stacking tier up, get going, and the sooner she's off the ground, the better. Katarina too, like she's a champion too that really likes to focus on that snowball. But level 6, if Katarina can't find anything, I'd like to see her kind of, you know, try and make use of the roam and find an opportunity elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say, in terms of jungle, we're both really skeptical with jungle support or jungle Teemo. I think one of the main things is his early game pressure is almost non-existent. He doesn't bring CC besides a blind, so he's not gonna be able to lock anybody down. And his map pressure won't be much until he even gets his ultimate, which of course was, some say buff, some say nerf, but the duration of those rooms, it was nerfed quite significantly. So they're not going to stay around on the map as long. So I'm a little skeptical about that, especially early game. Olaf will be able to affect the lanes a lot more if he so chooses to. I hope we can see some decisiveness out of him, and some hard ganks early on would probably go a long ways, especially if he goes in when, say, Leona decides to engage. She's stuck there. She can't disengage, so.
Right.
Alright. We gotta load up. Oh, did you have a favorite team that you wanted to pick?
I like red team.
Red team?
I'm gonna put my chips into red team.
Would you like to assign them?
Because
oh, go ahead.
Is that because of the Teemo bias? It might be because of the Teemo bias.
Would you like to assign a red team a name at all, or? I mean, we've been doing Diet Coke and Coke Zero for the team names these past 2 games. I don't know if you want to contribute with another one, like maybe whatever you're drinking, maybe water. I don't know.
Red team's gonna be Cherry Coke Zero.
Cherry Coke. Oh man. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I've moved on from my Coke Zero. I'm on a Crikey IPA. So Team Crikey. Crikey
Team
Indian Pale
Crikey
Ale
versus Team Coke or Cherry Coke Zero.
Cherry Coke
right.
Zero, yeah. We'll see how this goes as the teams start to load in. Do you want? Let's see. Your top lane is Riven versus Fiora. I don't know too much about the new Fiora. I know they gave her emergency set of buffs, right? It was a hot fix, I think. So
I'm not sure. I don't know. Fiora's okay. I think in this matchup she's gonna fare a little bit better because she does have that sort of like counter stun.
Yeah.
Really important. Does that counter stun work with knockup effects too?
You think it would? I think it should. Like, so Riven can really telegraphs that third jump.
Right.
So maybe throwing the stun in there first might be a good idea, because that doesn't have a lot of reaction time for Fiora to get. So yeah, that'll be, top lane will definitely be an interesting watch. Mid lane, interesting to watch. Bot lane will probably be pretty boring. Leona will try to make things happen early on, and unless she gets a kill, she'll have to back off, and they'll just farm it out. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna set up everybody so they're matched up. First item buys look pretty much okay. I do like the first buy boots on Katarina. I like it a lot, actually. Allow her to dodge the poisons and skill shots from Cassiopeia. And she gets 4 health pots for sustain in lane. I like it.
Okay. At Doran, start on both Fiora Riven. Shield for both. Supports. Yeah. Nothing really too surprising or out of,
Yeah.
out of the ordinary.
Both teams seem pretty lined up. I wish Fiora would line up at one of the jungle entrances in the top part of her jungle. Just so she can maybe put down a ward and not be surprised by an end, or, they can just take care of their jungle for free if she doesn't have any vision down there. And we're getting a lot of spammed of...
Alright, just zoom in on the ward. It's a very nice ward.
This one right here?
Yeah. I just have to agree with you because I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. I mean, if we're gonna just mute the pings from now on. Alright, here we go. We're gonna get started.
Fair.
Teemo starting at Krugs on hit. If he smites him, that'll be useful for him. Good place to start, especially with the extra help from his bot lane. Otherwise, a Gromp start would be very hard on him.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like Leona's not gonna get that level 2 advantage, I don't think, here in bot lane.
No. And that's a really big point. Like, if you've got a Leona as your support, you definitely want to do everything in your power to hit level 2 first.
Yeah, like, she walked up really far for, like...
She might be.
Yeah,
that's gonna be danger. Yup! And that's what level 2 does for you.
Yep. So, yeah, you gotta recognize when level 2 is happening for not only your team, but the enemy team. Usually for bot lane, it's the first wave plus the first 3 melee minions. So, keep that in mind. Make sure that's always in the back of your head.
Yeah, that stun's really powerful. That counter stun's really good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that used on the knockup?
Yes, it was.
Alright, well, hopefully Riven can take that information and maybe bait it out next time, maybe, or just try to use her.
More creative.
Yeah, she's got to get a little bit more creative. Ooh, flash blown.
Flash.
Okay, Teemo's going back. He did a jungle clear, 10 minions. He went back and he's gonna buy jungle item.
Oh.
Skirmisher Saber. Alright, looks like he's gonna be farming for the long haul with all those pots too, so...
That might be a dead Fiora. Yup.
And there's the early jungle pressure from...
Olaf.
Olaf!
Yeah, unfortunately, Fiora turned around to try and counterstun what he thought was going to be a Rivet knockup, and unfortunately staying in place for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Allowed Olaf just to catch up. I think if she kept running, she would have been safe. But unfortunately, that was not the case, and Olaf was able to pick up a kill. Almost died, though, in the process due to a very powerful minion wave.
Yep. So, yeah, that's the difference in the jungle picks right now. You can kind of see it. Olaf has a lot more early game pressure. I'm glad he was able to utilize it. Too often you see junglers not utilize that. So.
Right.
Otherwise, CS-wise, everybody seems to be pretty even with each other, at least their lane opponents. We'll check in around the 10-minute mark to see where everybody is.
Blue team bot lane is starting to shove out a little bit.
Yeah, and Caitlyn's really starting to abuse that passive, and I think Jinx and Braum just need to recognize that that mini wave is too big, that they needed to stay farther back for most of that. Jinx took like half her health and damage there. But the lane should reset here.
Have division by Olaf. It was warded out, so wasn't able to get anything done there. But oh,
there we go, Braum. A little bit more presence in lane. That's good. Top lane, the CS difference is starting to get a little out of hand. Fiora's really abusing her power, the lead she has, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and
wow.
unfortunately, too, the lane is sort of a little frozen, so
Mm-hmm.
Riven really can't approach at this point. Not only is there an XP deficiency at the moment, but Fiora, I think, just has stronger duels before level 6 than Riven at this point.
I guess.
A lot of Riven's dueling potential works around the ability for her to stun and land a lot of autos.
Mm-hmm.
If she can't land that stun and gets stunned in response, that really shuts down a lot of Riven's pre-level 6 bullying.
Olaf shows up, but there's a ward in that bush. I think he's waiting for Leona to engage, but she hasn't been engaging at all, and she's certainly not gonna do it now.
Right.
Overall, pretty slow game, at least compared to the earlier two we had today.
Yeah. Folks just farming. Olaf hasn't really hit too many lanes other than top lane earlier. And it's just been a little bit of farming. Bot lane really is a situation where Leona really can't go in and Braum's a disengaged champion, so level 6 is probably where we'll see something happen.
Yeah.
Same thing with mid lane. Both Cat and both Cass want to get to level 6 before they really try and get a kill off. A little too quick on that counter stun there.
Yeah.
That's a small window too.
Yeah, I think Riven also needs to... It might be a little too late, but once Fiora uses that, I believe that's like a 12-second cooldown, or a bit longer than that maybe. It's a long cooldown for that counter stun. She needs to abuse that when it's down.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Teemo into lane for the first time this game. Gotta chase him off. Maybe tax the lane a bit.
Ooh.
Junglers do it.
Yeah, unfortunately Riven's just getting out-bullied, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Fiora's been able to really pick up an advantage here.
She has. That's where the big difference is so far between these two teams. So Caitlyn's able to take an early tower with Leona bot lane. That's fine. I'm curious to see if they're going to continue pressuring bot lane, or if they're going to decide to move mid or top. Or maybe pressure Dragon when they get back with their items. We'll find out.
It's a pretty early shove for that tower.
It is.
Jinx could freeze this for a little while and deny Caitlyn a lot of farm. And we all know what happens to Caitlyn mid-game, because she has this power dip. Unless she's winning lane hard, which really all she's got is a slight CS advantage, she's going to fall off here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Oh, we got all in.
Oh.
Good knock-up. An ultimate, though. Ooh, good dodge.
Oh, missed the stun. You got to back off now. Oh!
Ooh.
It's close.
So close on both ends.
Yep.
A few missed skills here and there for both sides. If Fiora had landed that stun.
Yeah, she's waiting for that. Oh!
Oh, one less.
Oh!
Come on.
One more auto! Oh!
Just need to wait for Olaf to get there.
And there's the kill.
I mean, unfortunate that Riven died, but on that note, Olaf did come and clean the kill. That assist gold is going to give them that slight advantage.
Yep. Mid lane has been one barn farm fest. Oh, we're at the 10-minute mark. Katarina and actually, and Cassiopeia have done a pretty decent job of farming. 76 and 88 is actually pretty. It's all right at the 10-minute mark. 88 especially.
It's been a pretty big just farm fest overall. in mid lane. No junglers
See,
have really shown up.
I think you saw the fear that we had of Caitlyn taking that tower early. You look at the CS difference between her and Jinx right now.
Right. There's a large number there.
Mm-hmm.
Good harass coming through. Hopefully Caitlyn can kind of mop up all this large wave XP and just farm out in general.
She might be able to take
get
that.
a lot of it.
I'm kind of surprised Red Team isn't going for Dragon here. Oh, here we go.
Riven's gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, Blue Team knows what's going on. I don't think Blue Team can do anything about it though. Their jungler's way far away. Oof, barely gets away.
Good knockup. And a kill over to Cat. Another dual top lane. Yep, that's what I was saying. Riven had to be very careful against Fiora. Fiora with a Tiamat was going to do a lot more damage than on her Brutalizer. And that's where that farm's really starting to show.
Yeah.
Tiamat and Brutalizer, you're probably not going to win that fight. Going to give them another tower.
Yep. Team Crikey IPA with the first... They're pushing the towers early, but Team Cherry Coke Zero has the dragon.
Yep.
And the kill lead, but we'll see if...
but not the gold lead.
Not the gold lead.
And that's going to be coming from those 2 towers that Blue Team has gotten early on. So...
Alright, so we're looking at an on-hit... I'm kind of surprised he didn't take that pink ward. On-hit Teemo getting Devourer. I don't know what Olaf is doing. Oh, he's in trouble. Yeah, he just did. He just needed to run away.
Yeah.
Give up that raptor.
You know, I would have liked maybe to see a warrior in check coming from Olaf. I know durability is something that they're going to need, but I think warrior would have been good. And you could have still bought tank with like Redman's plate.
Oh yeah. Olaf can go both ways. Both Cinderhulk and warrior, both very effectively for both of them.
Oh, so it begins. Teemo Shrooms, boys.
Yeah. Leona roams mid. Not gonna make a big deal about it, but Braum was also there. Yeah, gonna just back
good
off.
Follow. Yeah, good follow there.
He's gonna go down and try and trap out this Kate. She does not have ward coverage really of that river. Oh, he should have engaged right then and there. Oh well.
Yeah, he should have just ran for it.
Yep.
Yeah, because Olaf, you've got axes, just throw axes at her. Even if you you just burn a summoner or 2, that's fine. Kind of just sitting and waiting is not going to do you too much good.
Very slow game.
Yeah.
Oh, Olaf is pinging that Teemo's here taking his farm. Not much they can do about it because Fiora has she has a really hard priority up in top lane. She's controlling that, and it opened up the jungle for Teemo there.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice collapse by Riven though. Whoa. I mean, he did have a ward there. He should have been able to see her coming. Oh well. Very quick collapse. I didn't think they were gonna do it, but they all came within 4 seconds and were there in an instant.
Yeah.
Nice collapse by Red Team, or should I say, Team Cherry Coke Zero.
Yeah. See if Olaf and Riven can do something top lane.
I think they can. Yep, the fight started.
What axe?
Oh, he's got it. Ooh!
Good job.
Close fight.
Yeah. Well done. Fiora looks fun to play. I might actually start playing her now.
Yeah.
I like her.
I don't know if she's in the best spot, to tell the truth, but she looks like she's pretty fun to play where you're trying to dive around and hit those weak spots that pop up on the enemy. That looks like a...
It just looks fun. Like,
yeah, it's a fun.
This is from a viability standpoint, it just looks fun.
It's a fun mechanic they introduced with that. I like it. Fun mini game. Like you have Zac picking up his blobs, you have Fiora picking the weak points on the opponent. Oof, that Zap had hit. So it looks like Fiora's plan right now is to... I guess she is running teleport, so she got Ravenous Hydra, she's going to be split pushing, that's her goal. Applying pressure top lane. That only works if her team is going to be able to capitalize on that pressure, but nice roam here by Katarina, let's see if she can do anything about it.
Teleport coming in. They could probably turn this around. Nope.
Did Olaf take the long way around to get into that fight?
He did.
Yeah.
Flank him.
He had an opportunity to flank there. Need to take it. Guys, sometimes...
You
Go
need
ahead.
to pop your boosters and just go full. For it.
Sometimes you gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
You gotta burn all of your turbo, get in there. Because like that, an axe and a strike would have given Katarina an axe, like a reset, and that would have been a completely different ending to that fight.
I don't know if Olaf can win this 1v1.
Nope, he can't.
There he goes, running away.
Jet boost out.
A very brave Viking running away there.
Yes, Olaf, you gotta invest. Like you have to understand, like your job is to go in, do as much damage as you can, and then die.
Just gotta roleplay as a true Viking.
Like, sing your raging song, go for it.
Yep. Oh, provide Olaf, provide there. Oh.
Yeah, hit. There you go.
Oh my.
Punish that. Punish that. Yes.
They will punish that very hard. Force the flash from Leona.
Hit that Viking strike.
Cherry Coke Zero is doing a very good job of reacting to whatever happens from blue team here.
It looks like I'm still coming in a little quiet, mister.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I can do. I can look at my settings here real quick.
You can right click on me.
And what?
Volume.
And volume? Alright.
Yeah, change volume, just add some decibels to my voice.
Alright.
Maybe too much, maybe 4, maybe 3.
Alright guys, 1 second. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, try now.
Hey guys, I hope I'm loud enough for your ears.
I'm pretty sure
not,
you are.
I'll start screaming. Loud as I can.
Alright, I think we're good on that end.
Good.
Fiora's gonna keep that pressure up top lane. I haven't seen too many teleports from either top laner, to tell the truth, except for that one instance in bot lane, but... Both teams, a lot of maneuvering, positioning, trying to find a weakness, trying to find that perfect time to engage. Leona is going to have to be the engage tool for her team. Fiora or Teemo can't really do it by themselves. She's got to be the one to pick the fight that wins it, but it looks like Fiora caught out a little bit again. Oh, that dash can go over walls. Alright, cool.
I mean, it's not unheard of, but that was pretty slick. Like, uh-oh, what
Yeah.
shall I buy?
I forget that our dash now isn't. You don't have to have a target.
Yeah, mobility options and a counter stun. That seems pretty good.
I was wondering if you saw anything, the items that made you raise an eyebrow or want to break out an applause.
But so far, nothing too... Nothing's like standing out at me. Jinx does have IE. I would like to see her get boots here soon because if she gets caught out, she's in trouble. Teemo can't fight Ribbon anymore.
No.
That's no longer abusable. I mean, right offhand, no, not really. Abyssal coming in from Katarina early makes sense, considering.
Yeah. Especially with, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know too much about Cassiopeia builds, so I can't really say pro or con for the Rallies, but it's something different. I know she does get a lot of CDR just passively, so stacking CDR is really not a priority of Cassiopeia. It's more or less getting that tier stacked, and the Rallies helps with, you know, the slows and whatnot. So, what's your thoughts on Rallies?
I like the tier Rallies is actually a really strong combo. I've seen it pulled off quite a bit on Karthus. I don't play much Cassiopeia at all, but I do play a little bit of Karthus, and they're kind of similar, maybe. But yeah, it's a pretty strong combo. It does leave you a little. It takes a little time to build up. It's definitely not an early game item by any means. But yeah, I kind of like tier and Rylai. It's a very potent combo. If you have, it allows you to bring utility to and damage to a fight at the same time. Whoa.
There's that ultimate I was waiting for. Oh, come on, just...
And that turned very quickly. Oh, unless she can clean up. Oh.
Nope!
Almost. Wait. The ignite and the red
know.
and the... Oof. Alright, so I may have missed a little bit of the fight there. I got it on the camera, which is great, but my mind was a little bit somewhere else. So, what exactly happened there? Because it looked like Red Team was about to... They decided to engage there, and it looked like they were going to be able to come out ahead in that fight, but something turned it around.
They found a pick onto Fiora, and Red Team continued to commit. Brown landed a very strong ultimate, knocked up 3 people. And as Red Team continued on their engage, Cassiopeia used her ultimate, and since everything's condensed down, Cassiopeia damage happened.
I guess we could take a moment right now to look at the ward coverage that Red Team has in this area. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. They chased into a dark zone, which can be abused heavily. Just something to keep in mind next time.
Yeah, I think they had sight. I just don't think they really understood the amount of damage Cassiopeia did at that point. Once they got there. So I think what had happened is they had the numbers advantage, but when Blue Team decided to unleash their ultimates and damage, they just didn't have enough durability to survive.
Yeah. Devours into Wits End. That's a, you know, if you're gonna go jungle Teemo, that's the build you kind of want to go. I feel like.
Yeah, that's not a bad build.
It synergizes very well together.
I just love that tossing shroom animation. Like, all of a sudden, shroom just kind of just flings out.
I'm not used to it. I'm just like, what the heck is that? Oh, it's just the shroom. Okay.
Oh. You know, considering that there's a team on the enemy team, there's not near enough pink words and our like upgraded sweepers coming in from red side.
Yeah, Braum needs to have that trinket upgraded as soon as possible. I do like to see Olaf did a really good job of doing that, but you don't really see, I see 1 pink in Katarina's inventory. Would like to see some more from Braum.
Yeah.
Or even Olaf. Looks like the fight is about to break around Dragon. Oh, maybe not.
Well, eForce Podcast in the corner.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's going to be a little detrimental to his team. Though it looks like with that pressure he applied, they might be able to get mid lane. At a cost, though. They took mid lane. They're within range of Braum ult. But nothing's going to happen because nobody wants to walk through that deadly poison.
Yeah.
Nice. That was a good move. That was a good use of ability there by Cassiopeia. But it looks like after all that, they're going to give up Dragon. Yeah, they're going to have to give it up.
Yeah.
Top lane.
Oh, there's the all-in.
Oh, dodges the ultimate.
Dash. That dash looks so cool.
It looks so smooth.
Yeah.
Like Ray Allen shooting a three-pointer, just smooth as can be. Oh, quick reaction here by Cherry Coke Zero. They're gonna be able to capitalize.
Oh yeah, they got her. Or yeah.
Oh,
okay, there we go.
yep. But once again, with that pressure applied by Fiora, they're gonna Team Crikey IPA is gonna be able to take another tower in the mid lane. They should just head back, regroup, wait for Fiora to get back up.
Yeah.
It looks like they're not going to be a very team fight oriented team. That didn't sound redundant.
Crikey?
Yeah, Crikey.
Crikey's team comp, like Fiora wants to split push. It's pretty evident that she really likes to duel people, and between Leona, Cassiopeia, and Caitlyn, they have enough wave clear to where they can stop any sort of siege.
Yeah.
Teemo can. Oh wow. I'm like, but no, the shrooms though. Oh no. It hurts.
Oh, that Leona ult,
Oh.
nice.
Oh my gosh. What am I looking at?
Oh.
That Phantom Teemo hits, those are a thing now.
Yeah.
Add that to your dictionary. It's part of your life.
But yeah, the trio of Kate, Leona, and Cassiopeia is actually pretty strong. So I think they'll be able to do all right when they have Fiora and Teemo off doing their own thing.
Yeah. And all blue team's gonna do is just continue to pick off people.
Yeah, they've been very good about picking off, and they respond pretty quickly to any moves made by blue team. And I would like to see a bit more proactiveness. Like this is just another reaction. Oh, there's the. She's waiting for that dash.
Yep. Brom's there though. Good job, Brom. What?
Whoa!
What? No.
What is the cooldown on that dash? What is that? What is that?
I think that cooldown gets lower if you land it.
Oh, the flash axe throw!
Let me check this dash really
Whoa!
quick. Plunge. No, don't. You know what's this about? Yeah, if you hit if you hit an enemy with that ability,
Yeah.
the cooldown goes down by 60%.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's kind of good.
Kate gets cut out there.
Yeah. I would say, if you plan on building Trinity Force on Fiora, you should probably build that first. Because that's a pretty important power spike to have, and getting that a little bit later is going to, I don't want to say put you behind, but it's not going to be as influential as it was if you would have built it sooner.
Oops. My bad, guys. I should turn off desktop notifications when streaming. Oh well.
Fiora's on the hunt. She's going a little deep.
They got the numbers.
Oh. He had backup.
Yeah, they knew they saw 2 bot and they wanted to capitalize on that. Here comes another dash. Oh, no. Ooh.
Guys, I don't know if you really want to chase. This could be dangerous.
Oh my goodness. Ooh. Wow.
Gotta respect that Katarina burst.
Yeah.
As in, you really need to respect that burst.
Yeah, I agree. Windowed mode was a bad idea.
Yeah. Don't you have like 2 monitors and you can do all the cool stuff now?
I got one really nice monitor now. The other one decided to not live anymore. Which is to be expected from a monitor that's pretty sure like older than me, but yeah.
So the monitor was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm doing really well in middle school, thank you very much.
I mean, yeah, you're 4 in middle school. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, right?
Make that a TV series.
The turkeys I draw with my hand are amazing. You know, you draw the outline of your hand and turn it into a turkey. I don't know if you did that in middle school, but I did.
Not in middle school, no.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, that seems a little bit more appropriate.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, I think a lot of middle schoolers wouldn't mind, like, even in high school.
Oh, no.
Today we're going to draw a turkey with our hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Alright. Blue team looks like they're going to get Dragon here. Yeah, red team's spent a lot of this game reacting. I don't think they really have a game plan of what they're going to do. Like, here, they'd be like, yeah, let's go in, let's go. And Olaf is being a man.
I mean, he's doing it now, but...
It's a little too late.
Yeah, that was post-drag going down. That's dead.
Yeah.
One by one, you go in.
Nice flash.
Yeah.
Or Chumpo, whichever one it was.
Yeah.
Nice wall by Braum there. Fiora's gonna just push the wave here.
Yeah. The dragon was down. No reason to actually enter that dragon pit.
Yeah.
Hey, Katarina found Teemo.
Oh, wow. Take a look at items here real quick. Oh, we might have a fight. I don't think this is gonna be a fight.
Nah, Olaf's not that fast. He doesn't have his go fast button.
And Rylai's is really gonna slow down the entire team.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm liking this item in this particular team compositions, or in this composition, because it gives a lot of, I guess, disengage potential where they wouldn't normally have it.
Yeah.
And the split continues.
Red team can really threaten Baron here.
No, they really shouldn't, because Fiora's already at that inhibitor tower. Like, they don't have to invest. Like, Blue Team could just kind of just keep them from doing Baron.
Braum was not the person to send back for that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Red Team needs to, like, retreat.
Wow, did Braum really chase her off?
No, I think they saw the Red Team moving and she's back.
Okay. Teemo's gonna join her.
Well.
Nice flash stun.
And Gromp's even helping out kill Teemo. That's how much they hate him.
The devil must die. Oh! Oh, that shield. Alright, cool.
Yeah, that shield's pretty important. Yeah, Gromp. See? Gromp even hates him. Alright, so you were talking about item builds earlier. And really, there's nothing too startling that stands out to me right now.
Yeah,
I would say Fiora getting a Kindle Gem at this point is already at 35% CDR, so she's over CDR'd at this point.
Is she gonna go for Spirit Visage, I guess?
I'm thinking so.
It might just...
Even then, she's Team's over-invested on cooldown reduction. If she was looking to get that, she might have wanted to invest in a pair of Merc Treads.
Yes. Yeah. Merc Treads would be very good. Oh, that Katarina almost turns everything around.
Almost. Oh, yeah. Cassiopeia, that damage is really starting to take effect.
Yeah. Oh. Very...
Oh, got one.
Gonna get one, but...
Yeah, Bankai only gets one. But I guess that's just more of a personal victory. It's like, no, I need to kill this Fiora. Made my life miserable. But because she died, that does mean that this inhibitor is now open for the taking.
Yep.
So, I get it, but hey, sometimes you just gotta let stuff go for a little bit.
You do.
Until you get some backup.
I'm thinking both teams are really going to focus Baron here in this next 5 minutes. It would really, that'd be the fastest way for blue team or Team Crikey IPA to finish this game out would be to grab Baron. They've been split pushing all game. It would just make it much more potent for them.
Yep. It would make that ZZ rod almost useful.
Where is it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Did you have to ask the question? Team Force Podcast.
Yep. Oh. Nope. Almost.
So about that Baron.
Yeah.
I think they may have lost a jungler.
Yeah, but they still have Cassiopeia and Kate. Oh, man, they have a lot of damage at their disposal.
Someone better...
They should really look to engage. Red team wants to fight this. They want to fight this. Go, go, go.
Go ham, go home.
Olaf, go Viking mode.
Be the big Viking that you're supposed to be.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh.
Ultimate on
okay, Cat. Okay, Cat. Now's your time. Now's your time.
Jump! Oh.
I don't think she had ultimate. I think she used it earlier on Teemo.
It is up now, though.
Oh, there it is. Now, oof. They gotta just rush this Baron. Go, 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 go. Braum needs to be there ASAP.
Braum needs to be, like, shielding that Olaf. There you go.
Even Jinx could take a couple turns here. Oh my goodness.
Straight in it. Oh, you can do it. No!
So close. Oh.
No, Teemo!
Teemo!
Not Satan!
The poison! The poison!
The Constitution saves Satan!
Oh my goodness. That's definitely worth it for Red Team. They got the Baron. They can play defense so well now. They might actually be able to be assertive here and make a move with this Baron.
They at the very least have taken that off the table for blue team.
Yes.
That's gold, that's XP, that's a lot of things that they need at this point.
That was the fastest way for Crikey IPA to win.
Yeah.
And so they're going to take their third dragon. Not too big a deal.
It is a spike for them, that's movement.
Yeah.
That being said, Red team could afford to give it up.
Yep.
Alright, what's the time on that inhib? That inhib's got about 1:30 left on it.
Yeah. It's got a ways.
Yeah, a little ways. We're talking about maybe 3 waves worth. But that does bring us back to that lull that we've been loving so much. Talk a little bit more about items. You're interestingly enough still sitting on Kunal Gem. We went with BF Sword, so I'm assuming Bloodthirster? Question mark?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know,
She might be able to utilize attack speed. No. Yeah, no, ooh. They're gonna go ham here. I like this. I like this new assertive Red team. Can they make it work?
We've got
Riven's in there. Oh, that Cassiopeia. Oh, with the shield blocking all the poison.
Oh, Braum, you manly man. Got it. That's an ace.
Oof.
Suddenly.
They did that all without Katarina. Unfortunately, they got no waves pushing. They can't do anything. They might be able to... Yeah, there we go.
He's like, I don't even care. Give it to me. I mean, they've got time.
Their inhib is about to come back up, too.
Yep, as you can tell,
they need it. They need to.
Super.
Yep, they need to go back and take care of that last super.
Yeah,
oh, it looks like the yeah.
Yeah, they got it. Oh, wow. That's an alarming sign. This is that almost puts the gold lead back into red team's favor.
Yeah, it's really close right now, and I was thinking what blue team can do to win the next team fight. They're gonna have to play around Katarina, though. I'm trying to think what. Leona's gonna have to save her stun, yeah?
Well,
maybe?
That whole thing, that situation was red team, like, catching out Fiora and Teemo split pushing and just fighting just straight like that. They didn't even care.
Yeah.
They just ran at him, which arguably is what Olaf is good at doing.
He is.
So, blue team needs to have a idea in mind of what they want to do next year for the next few minutes. Oh, this could be a fight that they want.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Pick your target.
Oh, man.
Okay. Oh, Riven, can you? No, you can't. Look at that heal.
Yeah.
Look at that heal.
Oh, man, they're very split up.
1 for 1. They're only down Teemo. Olaf's en route.
They might...
They gotta defend that at him.
Yeah.
Blue buff's the last of their concerns. Don't even worry about that blue buff. What do you know? Just go defend inhib.
That's gonna be inhib.
Well.
Bye, Jinx. Oh, nope. The cleanse or...
QSS, yeah. Very vital QSS.
Oh,
Rocket. Yeah, I close the gap on K. Nope.
Very close
QSS.
game. Yeah.
Like, on that note, hey, Jinx got a QSS. That's kind of important. Good job.
Very, very nice buy. Yeah, she's actually significantly ahead in CS too over Caitlyn.
Yep.
She's been able to find it in the mid game where there are no towers.
Yeah. All right, red team's now down another inhibitor. Again.
Yeah. It makes pushing mid really difficult, but I think they can at least take one.
They don't have anyone defending this, so they're gonna get one.
2 is gonna be a bit much to ask.
I mean, Teemo's still split pushing. They could if they wanted it.
Oh,
and
wow.
They got Kate. Yeah.
Kat's gonna go back, see if she can stop that Teemo. Oh, we got a couple.
They can stop that Teemo. Yeah, he's gonna get crushed right now. Go invisible and be sneak. Yeah, he'll get away.
Yeah.
Alright. Red man's play complete on Olaf because
yeah,
he's got
great
very
item.
little MR in his diet though, and you're dealing with a team with a lot of magic damage. So I don't know if I like the Hex Streaker.
He was trying to find that one offensive item, I guess. And it ended up being Hex Drinker, which works out alright. Like,
I think in Olaf's build, I don't know if CDR is a huge part of it. I'm not for certain. I know Olaf probably makes benefit of like anybody else.
Yeah.
But if you've got the Righteous Glory Dreadman's Plate, I would have liked to maybe see a Spirit Visage.
Yeah.
And
he does love CDR.
Item, and then maybe for your damage item.
Oh, speaking of Baron. Not speaking of Baron. We aren't even talking about Baron. But hey, Baron. Speaking of.
Alright, blue team's gonna grab Dragon.
They can just rush this, yeah.
Oh. Jinx, can you fire a Lucky Rock? Oh, it's already gone. Never mind.
They can take this so fast.
Yeah, both sides.
Alright, they need to utilize that recall. Yep. They're gonna be able to get back in time to fight this.
Oh, they... Yeah, I'd go team for that too. Bye, Teemo.
Yeah, that is a kind of a thing about Baron, is that it gives you a mini home guard when you get back to base. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. I'm not doing so good. He's been taking some lumps.
Yeah. Been caught out of position a couple times. He's been applying pressure, but it hasn't been the best at time. Whoa! What the heck?
Olaf took a lot of damage from Fiora.
Watch out for that Cassiopeia ult.
Does land, but she put herself in some huge danger, though. Yeah.
That could be game right there.
Yep.
Those are very long death timers. 30 till Teemo's up. They're gonna have to tank a lot, though.
They have Jinx and they have Braum. Very reasonable things that the red team can do. Match inhibs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let Braum tank it.
They just need to decide which one, guys. Just any of them will
Braum's
work.
got the right of it. Go.
Teemo's up in
Jinx.
3.
I don't even think Teemo can stop this.
No.
Yeah, see, if he had built Banner of Command, maybe. Like you gotta respect build orders. It's easy raw after you get Banner.
And that
Otherwise-
the lack of tier is disturbing, I guess. No, he has been applying pressure though, and it just hasn't been at the right times, or it hasn't been utilized by his team at other times. It's been tough though.
I don't even want to say applying pressure, because pushing a lane and then getting yourself killed is the exact opposite of applying pressure.
It did enable them to take a couple mid towers at some point in the mid game, but beyond that, it hasn't been super effective. He really tried to get top snowballing, and it did a little, but Riven really kept herself in this game, which was really impressive.
Here's the problem I have with this. Look at Teemo's farm compared to, let's say, Caitlyn right now. Teemo has been split pushing this entire game, and all that's done at this point in time is rob Caitlyn to give more farm. He's got his own jungle. He's the jungler up by Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't been invested in his jungle at all since, let's say, the 25-minute mark.
Yeah.
And Caitlyn's been farm starved for it, which
She has
put
been.
this team behind. Like, Caitlyn with one less lane to farm and Teemo hogging all the farm has only put this team behind.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been split pushing until he gets killed and let red team get back.
Fiora can flank really hard, and the loss of Katarina is bigger than the loss of Teemo in terms of team fights. Red team really needs to be careful here.
And Fiora's just gonna grab this inhibitor. Die for it, but sure.
Shit. What? Okay, I guess she flashed. Oh, Braum. Help Braum, guys. Help Braum.
Turn around.
Oh, nice. Leona ult. Blue team might be able to end this now.
Yeah. It's a little too hard. That's going to be an ace. They've
Yeah.
got 3 people left.
Katarina was so essential to their team fighting. It was not the best idea to try and seek out fights without her.
Yeah. Cat's going to be up. Can she stop this? Are they going to keep going? I hope they don't go.
Oh my goodness.
Katarina's got 2 Ludens.
They don't happen to stack, do they?
No.
Like, a Rylai's would be cool there, or a Guardian Angel, or a...
I guess she dropped the boots for second Luden's Echo.
Oh. Huh. What is
it's
her
another
move?
100 AP item for more move speed.
What is her move speed right now? 414. Huh. Yeah. That's... I'm like strangely okay with this. That's interesting. Because with boots, she probably isn't even breaking 400. Like, she's probably barely breaking 400. Wow. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Well then, cool.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Now, you might have been able to buy something like Twin Shadows, too. Uh-oh. Really?
Metal Gear Solid Snake.
Is this what our life's become now? Oh.
Oh, he's gonna come in flank. He's gonna come in flank, throwing shrooms.
They know. They know.
They just gotta retreat as a team. Kite as a team. Riven isn't there. This is bad. She needs to be with the team.
No casualties suffered as of yet, but blue team is on the pressure. This is 5th Dragon. Red team does have to pressure this.
Yeah. They do.
Alright, all in it to win it.
Oh.
Alright, now run away. It's too late.
It's too late. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, Riven double stun. Don't think you guys got it.
No, I think blue team's gonna end up cleaning up here.
Yeah.
Oh, don't let... Okay. Oh, Fiora. How did she get up there? Oh, teleport. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
game.
GG,
GG, well played. That was a great game to watch, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was
a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I thought both teams played pretty well.
Yeah.
Whew.
Ta-da.
A long game.
Yeah, we bit of a game.
Alright.
Wait for this match history to pop up so we can talk about it.
Game needed more tier and banner. It may have. We'll never know.
True. I mean, Teemo frankly got carried because he didn't build tier or banner. Gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's talk about this game. And
Yeah, let me pull up the advanced details. Webpage not available.
No.
We're still streaming, right?
Yeah, we should be.
We're still good on that end. Yeah, I'm just having some DNS problems.
No.
So if you want to go ahead and start at the top left.
Alright, let's go ahead and break this down. First and foremost, let's talk about wards.
Yeah.
Leona, I mean, blue team overall didn't have as much ward placement as red team, which is a little surprising. Although not all too surprising, because if you guys look at gold, the red team actually gets a gold advantage towards the late part of that game once they started coming back. What really killed it for red team towards the end is they weren't able to really group properly and not focus the right targets. Like, Cassiopeia was the big damage dealer along with Fiora, and keeping those two in check was kind of crucial for those guys winning. And unfortunately, since Olaf really didn't itemize too much MR, and if Katarina couldn't find her way in, that meant red team really didn't have a strong team fight. So, that's how, more or less why blue team won. You could also argue, too, with the amount of map pressure they had forced for most of that game was a big part of that as well.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I mean, it's just some poor decision-making towards that end of the game. Took a game that was almost within their reach, and they unfortunately gave it away. But we'll talk about builds here for a little bit. We'll start with Leona. Leona, your build's pretty much spot on what you'd want to see out of a support. I would have maybe have recommended a Frozen Heart.
Yeah, you got Olaf who likes attack speed and Jinx. Riven doesn't utilize it necessarily, so
right.
But yeah,
isn't
it's
a
an
bad
option.
shot choice either.
No, it's not. It's either way would have been great.
Yeah, so the build's fine. You placed a lot of wards. You got your sweeper. You did your stuff. You did everything that you wanted to.
She nailed a lot of her ults in team fights. I noticed. She forced Jinx to QSS almost every single fight just with her ult, and that was effective. I think we both saw that level. She wasn't very aware of level 1, level 2 in bot lane. They lost that pretty hard. It didn't end up in a kill, but you gave up lane pressure right there, and somebody can really take advantage of that. If they're given an inch, you give them a mile. So it's just something to keep in mind.
That being said, too, like, and that's not just Leona's fault in that lane.
Mm-hmm.
You are dealing with a Caitlyn who shouldn't be out shove level 1.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for it. You've got Piltover Peacemaker. If Jinx is trying to shove for level 2, you need to shove just as hard for level 2. Especially if you have a Leona on your side. If you guys had the early level 2, that was where you had an opportunity to force it engage and force a very strong trade. As Caitlyn, like, you have to get that level 2 for your support who needs it. Like, if you're looking to play defensive lane, not so much of a big deal if you knew you weren't going to win it. That being said, you got to get that level 2. Like, you at least try for it. You can't just let Jinx just auto-attack the wave and then let them get level 2. So,
yeah.
Caitlyn, if you see them pressuring for it, you got to pressure back.
Yep. That's pretty much all I have for Leona. I guess I could look at her wards plays 37, 15 wards destroyed. Awesome.
Yep.
Those are both very good numbers. And yeah, no, yeah, pretty cool. We'll move on to Caitlyn. One thing I think we both noticed bot lane is they took that tower early, and then Caitlyn had a very hard time finding farm throughout the rest of the match. It seemed like.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily your fault. That's just the situation you were thrown into.
Yeah.
So there's not much you could say about that. You were just going to be behind in farm all game, especially with somebody who's split pushing that lane all day.
Because, yeah, the way they had it set up was Fiora, Teemo do their things, so they each take up a lane, and then you have Cassiopeia, her, and Leona. Cassiopeia's probably going to take most of the farm, and at least she did, which is fine. She's the mid-carry mage. She needs the farm. But just, like, threw Caitlyn in the spot, it's like, I'm not going to get a lot of farm.
I would say if Teemo's not farming his jungle, farm Teemo's jungle. if he's side pushing a lane, just clear out jungle camps, get some gold, do whatever you can to get yourself back in the game and keep yourself relevant. Because Caitlyn does dip off in the mid game.
She did, and she did. She was. You saw, Cherry Coke Zero come back and really hold on a long time and get Baron. And it wasn't until at the end of that, the very last team fight, you saw like 5.5 item Kate, and she gets back to being that powerful. But that mid-game lull really does hurt.
Yeah.
Items seem great. Trinket's fine. Yeah, she didn't really need QSS, I don't feel like, either, so... It looked like she was going to go for GA. That's alright.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see here. Do you have anything else to add for Caitlyn?
Not really, no.
Okay. 10 wards placed, 4 wards destroyed, 2 vision wards purchased. I can't ask much more from an AD carry, I guess. Moving on to Fiora. We saw her apply a lot of... She attracted a lot of jungler attention. Olaf went up there a couple times and was able to... The thing was that he was able to secure a kill like every time, though. And if you're split pushing like that, you can't be killed every time. when you're doing that, you gotta maybe ward up a bit better or be a bit more careful, or wait to see where Olaf is on the map. Paying attention to where the enemy jungler is will help you so much better next time you're up there split pushing. Let you know when you can be aggressive or when you should back off a bit. But she did purchase 11 wards, only 1 pink ward. I would like to see a little bit more ward purchase, especially for how often she was split pushing. Maybe even upgraded that trinket, one could say. That might have helped out with the warding while split pushing. And I think the only other issue we had was she was just over the cap by 5%, I think.
Yep, she's over the cap by 5%. I would have liked if you're gonna invest in a Trinity Force, get it early. Don't get it as your third item.
Yeah.
And you could have dropped the Lucidity boost for Merc Treads, and I think you would have been a-okay. Because not only are you throwing stuns back at the enemy, you are also less susceptible to stuns when they do hit. So Merc Treads probably would have been a good itemization choice there. It would have bandaged up, their CC, which Braum, Riven Stun, Root from Jinx, Axe from Olaf. There's a lot of options there where the Merc Treads would have come in handy.
Yeah, and I was gonna upgrade it. It's at the 60-minute. Oh, I wanted damage. everybody. I understand. I completely understand.
Right.
Yeah.
With Fiora, because she really likes to duel and get in there for damage.
Mm-hmm.
I Blade of the Ruin King.
Yeah, that might be. I'm not very familiar with Fiora. Like, maybe building a ton of early CD on her helps. Is a good thing. I don't know. I haven't played much Fiora.
Yeah.
I would say, but I would say at least try out building different stuff and checking out probuilds.com and checking out almost anything and just trying to learn as much as possible. But yeah.
I would say, yeah, as opposed to Training Force, I'd say just go Blade of the Ruin King.
Mm-hmm.
I think dueling potential is good, and you already have a phage movement speed boost from your cleaver. So I think Blade of the Ruin King adding a slow would help your dueling potential out significantly. So give that a go as opposed to T-Force. And then as opposed to, let's say, Bloodthirster, then you can move that item into something else altogether as well.
Mm-hmm.
And get a little bit of flexibility out of that build.
Yep. But yeah, it was really cool seeing well, I haven't seen much Fiora since the rework. It was cool to see. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Should we move on to Teemo?
Who?
The devil?
But clearly he knows more about this game than we do. We cannot give him any help. He's truly a master among masters.
T-Force podcast. I have a sneaky feeling he kind of does know what he's doing. But, yeah, he did okay. He just could have done a whole bunch of things better. Like, he and Fiora kind of suffered the same thing of they would apply pressure, but they would die too often. Like, they just needed... And he had a bunch of shrooms, and there was one point where Riven collapsed on him after he, like, placed a ward right where she was coming from, and she surprised him, it seemed like. So, yeah, it's just... yeah, both... They both did apply pressure. They both did a pretty good job of that. They just weren't able to... They were punished too much for it. They could have been better at it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that,
yeah.
And then part of being better, that would be warding more, not dying as much, keeping tabs on the enemy jungler if you can, and maybe upgrading Trinket too. But especially, yeah, it would be very helpful with Teemo to upgrade Trinket. You can sweep out bushes and ward it and shroom it and hide in it.
Place 5 wards, like, holy cow, dude. Like, you ward less than Whale. That's terrible.
He did...
Should not aspire to be like Whale.
Whale... I don't know. I heard a rumor that he wards more than Horse Doctor. But that's according to one warding website who may not be accurate, but
Oh my.
But yeah, Whale's attitude towards wards is a problem, I will say. Wards are very helpful all the time. But yeah, did you want to say anything else regarding Satan, our Lord and Savior?
If you're gonna do that dumb build, Devour, Wit's Edge, sure. I don't know why you just didn't get Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane would have been alright. Especially because he was split pushing so much, it would have helped a lot.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how that interacts with the Phantom hit.
I have no idea.
I don't think...
It's on hit, so it would be double, right?
You would think, and it would apply Wit's End damage, too. Oh, who knows? That's a whole nother dumb thing that I don't even want to consider.
And then we can go ahead and drop down to Cassiopeia, who played very well this game, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, your build was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Rallies, again, like, I was still out with the jury on whether or not I liked it or not, but...
It's very... Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of it, especially on mages such as Cassiopeia and Karthus.
Yeah, no, it was good. It offered a bit of disengage and a lot of peel potential where your team was a little bit lacking in it, so it did exactly what it needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, well done there. You did damages. Good job, Cass. You were farming. You did well on farm. Warding's a little minimal. Maybe buy a couple more wards here and there, kind of get some sections set up to where you could possibly counter gank. Your ultimate's a really good counter engage tool.
She was pretty patient with it throughout the whole game. It was nice to see. I'm not... Ignite is a bit aggressive. That might just be my personal opinion. I think maybe if you had taken Cleanse or Heal or something, that might have been a bit better. But I don't play mid that much, and it might have helped you out, keep kill pressure up on Katarina or it might have helped you get a couple kills there in those very close team fights near the end. So I'm not gonna say it was not a great choice, but maybe try running with Cleanse, especially not necessarily against this team, even though Riven did flash stun a lot on top of you or try to do that. Against other teams with hard CC, I would recommend Cleanse. And maybe not against this one, but yeah, maybe experiment with it and try it out. Yeah, you have anything else for Cassiopeia?
Not really, no.
Okay. We can move on to Braum.
Hi, Braum. How are you?
He's doing all right.
Magical Shield Man.
And I thought...
Oh, go on.
Oh yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Maybe Randuin's for something else, maybe? I don't know.
I would have liked... That's a tough call to make, too.
The Frozen Heart was a very good choice.
Yes.
You had Caitlyn,
Frozen
Fiora,
Heart.
and Teemo who were affected by that.
Yeah, Frozen Heart Locket. If he wanted to stack more armor, Randuin's would have been the way to go. I don't necessarily see him building Dreadman's Plate. I don't see him building much of anything else, so... Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I guess Cassiopeia and Teemo were the only magic damage, and it's hard. Yeah, there's a lot of threats on the enemy team, so it's kind of a little bit hard to itemize against all of it.
Yeah, that's
Braum blocked a lot of my E's and saved Jinx a lot. Yeah, his shield did work in a lot of fights. That is very true. Let's see here. Do you have anything else for Braum? We could look at wards real quick.
Yeah, he did pretty good on ward placement last time I checked. You did fine. Like you're a big giant wall man who protected carries when you needed to. Mikhails, that's what I would have gotten as opposed to Randuin. So I would have gotten Mikhails.
Yeah, though.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
It didn't really quite connect because he's a big durable tank guy, but again, Mikhails would have been a very nice optimization choice for your team, especially if you're dealing with the Leona study. You got to get Katarina so she can reset more.
Yeah. That might have been able to help out quite a bit, but
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's the item I was like, what? What's missing from that? There's a really good item in this build that I really wanted to see.
Yeah.
Oh right, Mikhails, and we'll throw that back to Leona too. Randuin's possibly Mikhails. There it is. Figured it out, guys. Don't worry.
I think it would have. It would have helped out a lot. I know we talk about item builds a lot when we do Battle Arena, and we act like, oh, this might have changed the whole game, and it might have, but at the same time, like item builds aren't the most important thing when it comes to playing League. It's the decision making and the mechanics a bit more. But yeah.
Would you say Teemo's the perfect example of said situation?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
At least with the ZZ Rot.
But
he couldn't help himself. We want to move on to Riven.
Yeah, Riven Bibbles. Riven, what's up? How are you?
Yeah, I would just like to take a moment to really, she did a great job being useful to her team throughout the entire game. Even after being zoned out of a ton of CS and experienced top lane, and having to deal with their lane being pushed in all the time, they were able to not necessarily catch up on CS, but they were able to get enough, and they knew she knew what her job was in team fights. She dove in, stunned the carries, and just tried to zone them out for the rest of the fight as much as possible. And it was really nice to see. That.
What I would recommend doing, if you're Riven, hi Riven, if you're gonna go Doran's Blade Potion, try starting a camp level 1, whether it be Wolves or Raptors.
Yeah.
Go that camp start and just potion up. Just grab a bunch of red potions and say, hey, I plan on being in this lane forever.
Yeah.
That'd be my recommendation. Like if you're looking away, deal with that Fiora matchup. You know that like your first few levels, you're not gonna be outright bullier. Beat her in potions, beat her in like durability, and win that war of attrition.
Yeah. And it looks like the same thing with Fiora. Like the CDR looks like you're at least 5 over. I don't know what you're running for masteries. I did start a camp. Well, congratulations! Good job! High five. Yeah. Okay. That speaks volumes to my casting ability. I didn't even I didn't even catch her starting a camp. Oh my goodness.
I was looking at bot lane. I'm bad.
Yeah, we were looking at bot lane for that level 1, level 2. We're both support players. They're both like, who's gonna get level 2? Who's gonna get it? Who's doing it?
We'll go and do it. Already go and do it, and that's why you do it.
Don't see much jungle advice. True. Yeah, I think I'm definitely not the person to ask for about. Well, we gave a little bit of advice for Teemo, but he wasn't like a true jungler. We're almost to Olaf. How should Teemo Olaf generally play? Do you want to talk about Teemo jungle Olaf at all?
Well, okay, so Teemo's ganks are pretty weak. Like, you're not going to expect to see Teemo anywhere, so Olaf has free reign of this jungle to hit any lane he wants, to gank whomever he wants. Katarina, for the most part, was shoving into Cass, so gank opportunities weren't very apparent there. But bottom lane, there was some opportunities where Caitlyn and Leona did push out. Olaf should be hitting lanes and just exerting pressure.
He did.
Camps, go be a monster. Olaf, what are you going to do? I've got axes and I've got true damage. Let's go.
So you're pointing out, I think part of that is being assertive and decisive with what you want to do as jungle. He was reacting to top lane, I feel like, every single time as Olaf. And that's fine. You were going and you saw an opportunity to gank up there, but it just became like a repeat of like, oh, pressure top gonna respond, oh, pressure top gonna respond. I didn't see... There was one attempt early on to gank bot lane, and he ended up sitting on a reward, which is unfortunate. But bot lane... The rewards of ganking bot lane successfully are pretty high. But he did gank bot a couple times, but Leo had vision. Yeah, Leona did a good job of having.
If they're shoved though, you're Olaf, and you have a Braum, that's a pretty good gank assist. Just get in there and try and force out some summoners. Like if you stand there and they're like, "Oh, we see you, we're gonna walk away." Try a different jungle route too. Before Leona gets Sightstone, they can only ward in one area. And that's up to your bot lane, too, to kind of let you know, hey, River's warding. Go around. Just go around. Go and hit him. Just go walk up from behind him and be Olaf.
Yeah. I think that is one thing I should probably work better on, is paying attention to jungler routes, especially levels 1 through 5. I don't pay attention to it that much. I should a lot more. And to tell the truth, I don't know jungling routes that well at all. I should probably start researching it more. But it's like my weakest lane.
In all honesty, Teemo has a very slow jungle clear. Olaf has no reason why he shouldn't be hitting lanes early and hitting lanes at level 6 before Teemo. And again, Teemo's level 6. What is he going to do? Throw a mushroom and get sad because you ran through it? Didn't even care? You got to get in there and you got to get aggressive. Like, you have to invest yourself into getting kills and doing stuff for your team. That's why, as opposed to Cinderhulk, I did recommend going...
Warrior?
Going into the Warrior enchant. Or if you're going to go Cinderhulk, go into like Black Cleaver and supplement the health, because you're a big giant Berserker guy. You got to do some damage for you to be effective. And if you're not belting out that damage, you're just a big giant guy that runs around really fast, angry, you can't stop. Who cares? So try and implement some damage in your build a little bit earlier, and be more of a threat earlier as well. Like, if you're not willing to go all in to win it, then your team's going to suffer, because in your team composition in particular, aside from you, Riven has, what, Flash Stun?
Yeah.
Like, if you go in that fight and you just go find the back line, which you can do because you're Olaf, that gives Riven and Braum an opportunity to go and disrupt the fight, let Jinx do her damage and Katarina clean up.
Yeah.
That was your team fight.
Yeah.
And until you invested into doing that, and since you weren't that scary, Blue Team really didn't care.
I will say that Olaf's power spike is the mid game pretty much. He has a strong early game. It's really, like, if he can land some axes, his ganks are amazing. But once he gets 1 or 2 items, that's when he really starts to he might even be able to punish Teemo in his own jungle, because we saw what Teemo bought firsthand on his first back was jungle item, Skirmisher Saber, and 5 health potions, and that was it. Like, he was just so focused on getting those. He's trying to get Devour as early as possible and stack it as early as possible. And once he had it stacked, he did a really good job of invading and being a nuisance and trying to find places to apply pressure. And that was his goal. It wasn't to team fight. It wasn't to help his teammates. It was to, like, I need to get to this point, and once I get to my sated Devour, I'm going to invade, I'm going to apply pressure, I'm going to throw my shrooms everywhere. He did a really good job of that. He really did. And the criticism we had earlier of him was, not getting out in time or dying too much for how high pressure he was playing. But, yeah, I know it sounds like we're really harping on junglers right now. That's just because our boss is telling us to. So don't take it like really harsh that we're spending a lot of time talking about you. But yeah, Olaf, we would have liked to see a bit more early pressure and more dedicated attempts to bottom. I think there was a time we saw him running bot, and then he stopped in bush as Caitlyn ran by him and kept running, and he was like, yep, and there goes the attempt. It's like, nah, keep going. Be a Viking. Be a man.
Be a Broloff.
Be a Broloff. Get in there and, do work. And as Olaf, you really got to be active in the lanes, and I say this all the time, and it's not very clear when I say it. It's be decisive. It's take a plan of action and go for it. If you're going to sit around wasting 5 to 10 seconds, it doesn't punish you much as a mid laner or a bot laner, or especially a support where it's like, oh, I don't know exactly what to do for the next 10 seconds. It punishes you so much as a jungler to waste 10 seconds. It's ridiculous. It's why I don't like playing jungle. You should always just be doing something, even if it's the wrong thing. Just go out and do it and learn from it. You'll become such a better player if you do that.
Doing the wrong thing, and hear me out on this one, guys, is better than doing nothing, because doing nothing means you learn nothing. If you do the wrong thing, you know that, okay, I can't gank like this. This isn't going to be effective. All right, now how do I make this work? Is there anything I could do to make this work? Is my itemization wrong? You have to make these choices, as opposed to, like, there are a lot of situations like that. One fight in particular going up lane, we took the long way around, and your team ended up dying before you reached there. We learned a very important lesson. You need to just go for it. You need to flank, you need to get big and strong, be scary, force them to really think about what they need to do. Because a little bit more damage for you would secure some kills, but them doing damage to you means your team lives. And if Katarina got more resets, that would have meant a snowball. That would have been a completely different game at that point.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I feel like I've gotten a bit off track, but yeah, I think you're right about a lot of things there. So, yeah, jungle is such an important, it affects the game so much, it's such an important role. If you can get good at jungle, you can probably carry yourself up to master tier like some fellow member named Horse Doctor. But yeah. So who were we talking now about before we jumped onto the jungle train? Was it
we're talking. We were getting a Riven. I think we were talking about Riven before we kind of got sidetracked.
Yeah. I think we were pretty much. I think we complimented Riven on being able to help out the team. She did fall behind in lane. And
okay, so
yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna look at her build. Gravitas Hydra, fine. You don't have a Last Whisper in your build. I would have liked to have seen Last Whisper. Last Whisper is really important for Riven to do damage. As opposed to Randuin's, a GA would have been a better optimization choice because you get a lot of durability, a pseudo durability from that shield, and your shield becomes more powerful if you've got resistances in both armor and magic resist. So a GA would have been perfect. It would have given you that freedom to go all in, and if they kill you, you'll just come up and do it again. So it gave you an additional engage opportunity for you as Riven. So Gravitas Hydra would have been a good item. If you're gonna go static, or if you're gonna go into Youmuu's Ghostblade, do it early. Otherwise, don't do it at all. But Gravitas Hydra, Malmortis, in the lane, well, you probably built it because you're dealing with the Cassiopeia.
I think she also with dealing with the Teemo invading constantly near the later part of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have honestly, I would have taken that Brutalizer, thrown it out the window, and grabbed a Last Whisper.
Yeah.
And then picked up a GA.
Yeah. But yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and quickly move on to Jinx. I think we're wasting a lot of people's time, so hopefully not.
They love hearing us run our mouth.
We were both pleasantly surprised to see the QSS, especially with Leona ulting you at every single opportunity. So that was a great buy. You guys got level 2 first. You played for it. You got it. You played very well during team fights. Maybe skirting a bit too much on the safe side after Leona used all her stuff, because the only person who's going to get to you at that point was Fiora, and she was usually ahead of the rest of her team, so she was kind of the only threat, and you kind of walked yourself out of a team fight a little too often at sometimes. And this is going to sound very nitpicky, but there was a point where that final battle, you were so focused on Cassiopeia and someone else, I forget, it was probably Caitlyn, that you didn't notice Fiora come back into your range, and you could have finished her off and maybe used that boost to get out of there and maybe prolong the game a bit more. But that's very nitpicky. Look at the replay on YouTube, and you'll see what I mean. You were very focused rightfully so, that's the damage set. But if you've been able to back off and kite away a bit, you have been able to get a kill out of Fiora and have 2 people defend against 2 or 3, if I remember correctly, and probably prolong the game. But yeah, anything else to add for Jinx? Dear Lord, what is going on?
Not too much. You farmed well, you got big and huge. I think ultimately what had happened is your team got caught out in a couple bad situations, which ended the game. Like, a couple people dying here and there does mean a lot, so.
Yeah. Alright, Katarina. Do you have anything to add for her?
For Katarina, you farmed your lane, you farmed well, you got a lot of kills. Like 1975, you did good.
And she played team fights pretty well. It was patient, waited for CC to be blown, and then go in. That was kind of nice to see from Katarina.
It's
go
Katarina, comparably to Cassiopeia late game, Cassiopeia's going to do more damage.
Yeah.
Katarina has such a high risk, high reward gameplay style, and when you hit final build, it becomes very hard to do the damage you need to do. So ultimately, I get it. That's just kind of how it happens. So I would only recommend, like, if you're playing this game, you want to make sure you're winning early and you're winning hard, which you did up until Blue Team. You guys were taking it back up until Blue Team won it back. So possibly roam a little bit more. It's the only thing I can think of. You were shoving Cassiopeia in a lane or in the tower pretty often and just farming. I think if you had a farm advantage, check lanes and see.
Yeah, she did.
Fiora's being super reckless. Go hit top a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe top. She did roam bot once. I remember she might have roamed bot more often than that. And she got at least 1 kill out of it. But yeah, top was kind of an easy target, and Olaf was very focused up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I feel like... Yeah, I think maybe they were discouraged from going bot once they saw that first tower go down. And so they just kind of ignored it and let Jinx farm up and focus elsewhere. But yeah, it's she did a good job roaming. Her item build is pretty good. Yeah, it's really good. I like it. Was patient for team fights. Roamed a little bit. Maybe roam a little bit more. Maybe because mid lane was a farm fest for a really, really long time. None of you, even though both of you had Ignite, it felt like neither of you had kill pressure on one another. You could just jump away, or she could just lay down some poison and go away. But yeah, let me look at wards real quick. 24 wards, upgraded trinket, very nice. 3 vision wards, yeah, all very great. If you have nothing else to add for Katarina, we already talked about Olaf a lot, I think.
Yeah, we hit Olaf in depth there. If you've got somebody who is a jungler who needs to farm up friggin' Devour stacks, and especially if they're not a very strong jungler in and of themselves, you're Olaf, you're big mighty axe swinging guy. Go and hit him at his red buff.
Yeah.
Or his blue buff. He's super weak jungler.
Yeah.
If someone's like, I'm gonna jungle this nerd, well, Olaf's a really good duelist and probably could crush Teemo in the face. Go punish that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say your early invade options were all pretty good. I feel like if you decided to do that.
If you couldn't impact the enemy lanes, impact the enemy jungler, and it's Teemo. He needs time to scale. I'm pretty sure at any given point in time, if you were trying to be a little bit conscious of his jungle routes, you could have just shown up probably with a level advantage and just, I don't know, reckless mode his face.
Yeah, no, it's and this is gonna sound like a broken record, but be the one that makes the action as a jungler. If you're the one that responds or just reacts, your team's gonna be a little bit behind, and that kind of sucks. Because when you're a jungler, I don't know. Whenever I jungle, I just like, all right, guys, seriously, just let me farm and hopefully contribute, and I'll counter gank. But yeah, to tell the truth, I'm not very good at being a proactive jungler. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
Support for life. And yeah, it's tough. It really is. But try being a bit more proactive. You're probably going to find the first couple times you try, you're going to fail just because this game is kind of unforgiving a lot. But try it out. You'll become a lot better jungler for it. I think I thought your build was alright. I thought Hex Drinker was okay. Maybe the Warrior Enchantment would have been a good idea, and the more I think about it. But yeah. I think we already talked a lot about you. The dragon fight, there are a couple dragon fights where I feel like you went in too late or you were kind of the only engaged besides Riven for your team, and so a lot of it does fall on you. So just keep that in mind next time you look at your team comp. Like, oh, who can engage? It's me. Okay, time to man up and be a little bit more reckless with how I interact with the enemy team. But yeah, I think that's all I have. What about you? Is there any parting words from Kargans?
I think the biggest motif that I'm gathering away from this game in particular is blue team made an action, forced red team to react, and waited for red team to make a mistake, capitalized on that. So you have to kind of play a step ahead of that. If they're split pushing, find a way to deal with the split push. And it's not always go and get the split pusher. Sometimes it might just mean go and grabbing your team and shoving down some towers. Yeah. Or grabbing your team and just smashing an objective. So try and be a little bit more proactive on sort of that that movement, because you guys are playing on a back foot for most, if not all, of that game.
Yeah.
Once you guys had control of that game and started taking objectives at your will, you guys had the game back in your favor. But as soon as blue team did the we're pushing lanes in your face, whatever shall you do, you guys unfortunately made a couple crucial mistakes and lost the game.
Yeah.
So try and be a little bit more proactive, and this is just coming for everybody. Be a little bit more proactive in your guys' decisions, map movements, lane shoving, and all that jazz, and you should be doing better when you're in situations like this.
Yep. Yeah, and so with that, looks like Team Crikey IPA beats Cherry Coke Zero, which once again I think reinforces what the founder of the Trinity Force podcast, Adam Ponophobia, believes, is that beer is good, beer will win. And we thank you guys very much for watching. And if you want to look up these will be up later not only on Twitch but also on YouTube. Go to TrinityForceNetwork.com. Check out to sign up for Battle Arena for next week. Also, we also have Bronze Bootcamp that runs on Saturdays. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.